We're now hours away from a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, where Israeli and Palestinian prisoners will be exchanged and bombardments will officially end for the first time since the conflict began. 7 News Europe correspondent Ben Downey is live this morning from Jerusalem. Ben, there's an anti-ceasefire protest happening behind you at the moment. What's the latest?
Yeah, that's right, Sally. News of this ceasefire now just 10.5 hours away. It was met with elation on both sides of this conflict. Not the hundreds of protesters here shutting down central Jerusalem. You can see Star of David flags waving. People are chanting that the release of Palestinian prisoners from Israeli jails will only lead to more murdered Israelis. It's here that they're protesting against any cessation in conflict, hoping that phase one of this ceasefire deal falls through. The main thing they're protesting about as well is the architect of October 7, Yahya Sinwar. He was a former prisoner in an Israeli jail before being released and went on to orchestrate that deal. Another thing they're protesting about is that their family members have died. That's only going to be more serious deaths throughout what is going to be years and years and years of conflict. Today we've heard from Prime Minister Netanyahu. He's saying he has the backing of the outgoing and incoming Trump administrations to continue the war should he feel the negotiations are slipping, that the conflict is not over and that the campaign is far from over as well. To add to tensions as well, just hours until this ceasefire, a terrorist attack took place in Tel Aviv. What was believed to be a nationalist protester entered a cafe and stabbed a man before he was shot by civilians carrying weapons. Many people here carrying M16s, handguns, legally able to do so in Israel. But comparing to this protest, you have protests around the world, in London, in Spain, protests in their thousands celebrating this ceasefire, cheering on the Palestinians. It's there more people have been arrested by police. This protest is going to go on for another hour yet. It's going to be a very touch and go to see what happens between now and 8:30 local time in Jerusalem.